And talk about underestimating people. Priscilla Presley spent a lot of her life in Elvis's shadow, never uttering a word. Now she runs his empire and her own booming career. Woo! Is that a relief that people are beginning to take you seriously?
Yeah, of course it's a relief. After seeing Naked Gun 2.5, though, I don't know how seriously they're going to take it. Oh, you...
Publicize her continued involvement with Elvis Presley.
Do you think he'd be surprised at the way you're running this enterprise?
Oh, absolutely. A lot. Zillions. Yeah.
Well, baby, if I made you mad for something I might have said.
Do you live in two worlds?
Probably.
To say that this successful actress, the star of this summer's comedy sequel Naked Gun 2.5, exists in different worlds is an understatement.
I kind of wear all these hats, and each hat is very separate within the other. Oh, got a headache.
What she does is walk a tightrope between two very separate lives. One, a new personal life and hot career she struggled to create. The other thrust on her when she was barely a teenager and began a lifelong relationship with the most legendary performer of all time, Elvis Presley. Her story, part of rock and roll folklore, is a story of being trapped in the shadow of a legend. It is both tragic and romantic. Priscilla Beaulieu was only 14 when she met Elvis Presley. By 16, she was living at his Memphis estate, Graceland. At 22, she was married and gave birth to his only daughter, Lisa Marie. From the outside, she was the envy of almost every woman in the world. But in reality, the marriage was an emotional roller coaster in which the king controlled every aspect of her young life. What was that like as a young girl to be that sheltered, as you say, to be that young, to be involved with such a legend, to have such scrutiny in your life? What was that like?
What was it like? It was sheltered. It certainly wasn't being in control, because there's someone overlooking and overseeing and much more in control than you are.
And so at the age of 28, the young wife of Elvis upped and left him. With their child in tow, she moved to Los Angeles and tried to begin a new life. First as a clothing designer, then as an actress. It wasn't easy. In fact, it was almost impossible.
I think I had so many doors close on me that a fight started to develop in me. The challenge of just knowing that I can do it, and I was going to do it.
How did you know that the doors were being shut? How did you know that it was going to be tough?
Well, I certainly didn't get the role or the part. It was funny, I was getting feedback that I did a nice reading or a good reading, but I don't believe people thought I was serious.
Did they say to you, why are you doing this?
I've had people say, why are you enacting? Why are you doing this? And I just, I want to work, I want to do something, I want to feel good about myself.
Now, how do you feel about tarantulas? Well, let's ask our lovely co-host, Priscilla Presley.
It wasn't until after Elvis died in 1977 that she began to get work. First in commercials, then a cheesy TV show, and finally a 5-year stint as Jenna Wade on the primetime soap Dallas.
Right after all that's happened, Frank.
But it was the success of the comedy sleeper The Naked Gun that really established Presley as an actress and gave her a new identity.
I became a little more approachable to people, and they really look at me with, I don't know, having a sense of humor, and I can laugh and be a little fun.
Is that a relief that people are beginning to take you seriously, that you're finally, after all of this, being accepted on your own terms?
Yeah, of course it's a relief. After seeing Naked Gun 2.5, though, I don't know how seriously they're going to take it. Oh, you...
Well, I see a certain kitten still knows how to scratch.
I really feel like I've really crossed the barrier now because I want to be able to enjoy the things in life that I have.
What she's been able to do is confront her past and take control of it. When Elvis died, he left his entire fortune to then 14-year-old Lisa Marie, with his father, Vernon, serving as executor. When Vernon Presley passed away in 1979, control of the Presley estate went to Lisa's mother, Priscilla.
And this is your office.
Well, this is my unfinished office.
Yes.
We're not finished
She's very
yet.
particular here. She didn't want to
Priscilla works hard at keeping this part of her life private. She wants to protect, not publicize her continued involvement with Elvis Presley. Mention his name, and the guard goes up.
You know, I feel so much is out there, so much has been said. I don't know what else to say. But in another sense, it's kind of my way of an exchange. You know, I really feel that this is my way of exchanging what he basically has done for me, and now this is kind of my exchange back, you know, to more or less protect it, protect the name, the likeness, the image, you know, the estate, his daughter.
Because he nurtured you, protected you, sheltered you, told you everything to do, that in fact now that he's gone,
Right.
you can do for him what he
Right.
did for you as a child.
Right.
Do you think he'd be surprised at the way you're running this enterprise?
Oh, absolutely. He'd, of course, be proud, but he never, ever would have expected it because I was always in the background. I never said anything. I was very shy, and, you know, what would I know? What did I know?
It turns out she knew plenty. The estate, which Lisa will inherit when she turns 30, had dwindled to $500,000 when Priscilla took over as executor. Today, it's valued at $50 million. Presley retained strict control of all licensing of the Elvis Presley name and music. She also made the difficult and emotional decision to open Graceland to tourists.
You really feel that that Elvis is there. You feel that his spirit is there.
Do you consider it your home?
Yes, I do.
Do you go back?
Oh, yes. When I'm there, I feel, because our tours stop between 5 and 6 in the evening, and at night no one is there. And I stay there, and it's just, it's like I never left. It's truly amazing. Probably wondering where I disappeared to. Hello.
Her new confidence has enabled her to finally come out in front, and out in front in a big way.
Thank you.
Priscilla Presley has become a one-woman business.
He said, close your eyes. I said, close my eyes.
There's a new signature perfume that she's aggressively pushed throughout the country.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And there's a new line of clothes for kids.
I start getting this would be great for sweat, too, sweat clothes.
You'll sell these to department stores around the country.
Boutiques.
Boutiques.
An idea she got 4 years ago after giving birth to Navarone, her child with Marco Garibaldi, her companion of the last 5 years.
Frank, stop it. You're just jealous because another man can give me the understanding that you never could.
The wacky dame that she plays in Naked Gun 2.5 has exposed audience to a more open Priscilla Presley. And while she's happy with her success, stardom is only one of the many roles she plays. Businesswoman, mother, and grandmother. Yep, I said grandmother. Lisa Marie gave birth to a daughter 2 years ago.
I actually love being a grandmother. She doesn't call me grandmother.
What did she call you?
She calls me Nona, and I like that.
After a lifetime of being known as either Mrs. Elvis Presley or the ex-wife of the king, Priscilla Presley finally feels as though she's making it on her own. At the age of 46, she's at peace with her past and in control of her present.
I look back and I wonder how in the world, you know, I survived in a lot of areas, and it just feels really good to come out and to still be sane.